EFF seems to be quite...
Please introduce yourself, Mike.
Mike Sham from the State of the Nation podcast.
Okay.
The EFF seems to be quite committed to killing farmers. I was just wanting to know if you have a program, how you're going to do it. Is it going to go region by region, alphabetically? Have you got some kind of plan for how you're going to start killing those farmers, just so that we know what's on the agenda?
Well, firstly, as a podcaster, you ought to be a very knowledgeable person, because most of you call themselves podcasters, and then you're just saying the most irrelevant and issues that can't be proven anywhere. As a podcaster, if I were to ask you now, show me a policy of the EFF where they are committed to killing farmers. Where is that commitment? Where is that policy of the EFF? You are part of the problem because you are engaged in scaremongering. Swargefar. Rightfully so, because you are a beneficiary of it. You have no problem just lying right in front of the so-called State of the Nation. You are lying. There's no such a thing. The Constitutional Court, in relation to the song, if you are referring to the song, because you may not know the difference between a policy and a song. That's white privilege, of course. People will not even think you will not know the difference because you are white and inherently informed. There's a difference between a song and a policy. The Constitutional Court has said it agrees with the Supreme Court of Appeal and the lower court. The court said, and it agreed with us, the originality of the song has never meant anything literal. And that the song has always referred to the system, not to individuals. And the song was even sang by white progressive. Not people like you will not have sang about it because we wanted to benefit from the system perpetually, which we're still fighting. So there is no farmer that is going to be killed by the EFF. Because Mugabe did not kill any farmer. Thabo Mbeki did not kill any farmer. Nelson did not kill any farmer. Yet they sang this song. We did not coin this song. Again, because of your privilege, you may not know the history of the song. If you knew the history of the song, you'll know we didn't coin the song. The song comes from the trenches of MK. It's an ANC song. It's a struggle song. We've inherited it, and we continue with the legacy of struggle in South Africa. Why didn't we ask ANC, when are you going to start killing farmers? Because you have been singing this song for too long. You know that your conscience is very clear. Your conscience knows that you are lying and you are engaged in scaremongering. And it's wrong. Don't only say conscience must apply to politicians. It must also apply to you, ordinary people, that you cannot go on a public platform and lie. You are not different from those who are going around saying there is white genocide in South Africa. There's no white genocide in South Africa. So please, as a podcaster, I've listened to you and I've seen how you engage your people. Come from an informed point of view. Don't come like you are politically informed only to realize that, no, you are just using your privilege to create an impression that you are informed when you are not. You are not informed. Your podcast is not a State of the Nation. It's a state of Swartgefar. It's a state of scaremongering. If you want to kill a farmer, start with me. I've got more cows than you. And more cows than many whites. So don't think when we talk farmer, we talk white person. So you want to kill a farmer, start with me. The EFF will have to start with me. I'm a farmer myself. And therefore, why would I want to kill myself?
All right.
Why would I want to commit suicide? So I'm saying this because Prof said to me, give us something that when we leave here we'll say to our people. But we heard him. I'm saying, the white farmers have a place here. They are not going anywhere. That's why Trump called them and they were like, where? Assisi. We are fine. Because they know they are fine here. Who wouldn't want to go to America if you are struggling and you are being called by a president of America to come? Those who left, they are on their way back because it has been proven that it's a lie. It's a complete lie. Also, the fact that they are white people who go around saying we want to chase away whites is not true. We want to kill farmers is not true. If I'm going to kill whites, I will have to start with the friends of my kids. And I will have to confront my kids because they're going to say to me, Dad, why do you kill so and so? Why? Because we've become one thing. The fact that you invaded our land, you have been here for so long, that we have been into each other's skin so much that we cannot live without each other. So why would you wish away your relatives? Because to be racism is to be xenophobic. The Lesotho people are not Lesotho people. They are my relatives. They are my relatives. There's no one in the Pedi culture who will not trace themselves back to Lesotho. If you go to Botlokwa Mantata in Limpopo, those Botlokwa, their real name is Mantatis. It's not Mantata. Because Mantatis, when she left Lesotho, she went to settle in Botlokwa. And she changed the surname, not changed it, just twist it around so that she can be accommodated in the area of Bapedi. And then that's why those Mantata people are called Batlokwa Mantatis. So when you say the Lesotho people must be killed, you mean my relatives from Botlokwa must be killed. You mean the colleagues we work with who are white, their children, and the comrades in the EFF, Carl Niehaus, must be killed. And I was saying to the EFF leadership that the problem with the EFF is that you have not gone all out there to recruit white people, progressive white people, to demonstrate to them that we have nothing against white people. It's just that we are calling out a system that privileged them, and they're individualizing it because they want to perpetuate the privilege, and we're not going to allow that.
All right.
If being means hated by those who want to perpetuate white privilege and white supremacists, then let them do that.
All right. Mike, retort.
So then why don't you stop singing the song?
Because I'm continuing with the struggle that was handed over to me by Nelson.
But you seem to have won that struggle.
No, we didn't win it. That struggle is the land. That struggle is the means of production. That struggle is that the economic power must be shared amongst those who are here in South Africa working for this economy to be what it is. So we have not won because the struggle was about transfer of political power, economic power, and social power. So, even with social relations, you are still superior than us. Economic relations, you are still superior than us. Therefore, the struggle has not been won.
So until such time as you deem the struggle to be over, you're okay with singing a song that is not universally popular?
No, you want us to stop singing the song so that you can continue to depoliticize our youth. Because you know, with a depoliticized youth, you will reverse the gains of 1994 and create that impression you want to create to me that it seems you have won the struggle. When you know very well, we have not won the struggle. There's Nelson, when he handed over power, he said to us, the struggle is not over. A luta continua. That's what Nelson Mandela said from his mouth.
So this is like a race without a finish line.
No, there will be a finish line. If you hope he's not going to finish, wait for the EFF to come into power. We'll finish it. And you will still be here, my friend, and you'll be saying, oh, I never thought it would work like that, like you said after 1994.
All right. Thank you, Mike. Let's go to the next one, Tumi.
Good afternoon. My name is Lee Dupree. I am from a company called BE Innovation. We're a triple BE consulting and advisory firm. And my question for you, Mr. Malema, segues very nicely from your response. And it's that we don't hear you speak very frequently about the existing transformation policies like BBBE and employment equity. So I'd like to know, what is your party's position on those? And should it ever happen that you became the governing party in the country, would you scrap the existing transformation legislation? Would you amend it? Or would you keep it as is, bearing in mind your position on radical economic transformation? Thank you.
Well, our policy is very clear. We support BBBE. We don't support the way it was implemented because it was benefiting ANC beneficiaries only. That your company will have to surrender some portion to ANC-connected cabals. That we don't agree with. Our BBBE is going to start with workers. That's why I said to you, workers are your shareholders. That's how we must broaden it. We must make sure the workers benefit from every firm they work for, because they are the ones who are sweating. They are the ones who are selling their labor in those firms. We will not scrap BBBE. That's why we are in court. Everywhere where BBBE is being challenged, we are there to defend it. We are in court to defend Expropriation of Land Act, which is not even as radical as the policy of the EFF, because it doesn't say without compensation. It just says expropriation. That is something else. You know, they've met us some halfway. So we may not agree entirely with how they want to approach it, but the fact that they gave some power to government to expropriate with some compensation or something like that, that's fine. As long as we can expropriate, then we can talk about the other things. We have achieved the first part. The second part is waiting for the EFF to govern so that we can expropriate clearly without compensation in the public interest and for public use. So that's where we stand. We will not scrap it. We'll give it a radical version of it and make sure it is implemented. No white firm is going to leave. Capitalism doesn't run away where it thinks it's going to make money. They're just going to look at your policy and say, how do we maneuver this to make money within the same laws? What capitalism doesn't like is policy uncertainty. That we are going to wake up tomorrow, we don't know what's going to happen. As long as they know the policy, they want to work, how are we going to navigate profit within the same laws? So the white people who hate the EFF say, because our policies are the same as the ANC, by the way. Our policies are ANC policies, but the radical version of the ANC, not the Ramaphosa's version. Because let's go to the ANC. ANC says expropriation of land without compensation, by the way. But you choose, you say, if you go into alliance, into coalition with EFF, it's a doomsday. But you go into the party, into coalition with the party that has got the same policies as the EFF.
Yeah, and from the recent conference,
yes,
resolution on land.
Ask any question, Prof, on policies between EFF and ANC. We are aligned. We are just the radical version of it. But the policies are the same. So what are you using to determine the doomsday? Because the doomsday is policy. Where we governed, nothing became doom. We were in Ikuruleni. Everything became bloom, not doom. When we left Ikuruleni, everything collapsed, became doom. We are now in Gauteng. We are MEC of Finance in Gauteng. What is doom? Which investors disinvested in Gauteng because MEC of Finance is EFF? It's a lie. And those who are saying, no, if you go with the EFF, investors are going to run away. It's not correct. It's a lie. So, we have demonstrated everywhere where we governed. I was saying to the colleagues outside before we came in here, that do you know we started governing this country from 2016? When we said to when the ANC lost the metros, and we said to the DA, take them. Because we said to the ANC, let's share the metros, they refused. We said to the DA, take them. From there, we started influencing the policy of this country. Mashaba was a mayor of the EFF. It's not a lie. He couldn't make any move without the EFF, and he was DA, by the way. Mashaba's policy on insourcing. Someone says Mashaba became a mayor. Within a year, he hired so many people. Those people were hired by EFF. Go into the records. Why do you want to become analysts that don't read, don't research the recent history? We said to Mashaba, we're not going to vote for this budget as long as it doesn't have insourcing of security guards. That's how we hired the security guards as the EFF. We took Mashaba to Elias Mutwaledi towards Soweto there, next to where the Freedom Charter was adopted. We showed him Clip Town. We showed him the area. And we said, these people don't have toilet. He was shocked. And he couldn't move since those times as a mayor without bouncing back to the EFF as to how do we move on this one. Now, the white people who hate the EFF tell the truth. They say, we will not choose the EFF not because there's anything different from the ANC, except that the leadership of the EFF is intellectually superior to all the parties you can think of, including the DA. There's no party in South Africa that can intellectually match the superiority of the EFF. And they're scared to get those people because these people who hate the EFF say the EFF will do what they say they will do. The EFF, the ANC won't do it. The ANC says we're going to expropriate land without compensation. We vote with them because we know they won't do it. The EFF says we're going to expropriate land without compensation. We don't vote with them because we know they will do it. So we're being punished for doing what we say we'll do. And that's in relation to BEE. We're not going to do it when we're in government. We're doing it now. That's why we don't support Elon Musk. He must comply with the laws of this country. Otherwise, he must not be attended to. It doesn't matter how much lies he tells about us. We must never surrender to a lie. It must be deliberate to empower black people because it was deliberate to exclude them. It was by policy to exclude them. Right. And it must be by policy to include them.
Right. Lee, retort?
I agree with you on Elon Musk. My follow-up question will be, if you intend to make the implementation of the policies more radical, how would you make business feel safe? Because business, whether it's white or black, don't like anything radical in general. So how would you encourage them to continue investing if you're going to tell them that you're going to become more radical in implementation?
Business is very radical itself. That's why they just fired this guy. That's how extreme business can be. So radical means we are not going to benefit the politically connected. We are going to benefit the broad black nation, which was excluded. That's what radical means. It means everywhere where it doesn't apply, this triple BEE, we are going to make sure it is applied. And we don't care what is their connection. That's what radical means. And they know what we mean. Because these mines today, they can't comply with anything, including the social responsibilities that they committed to. Because the shares in the mines are given to the politically connected. When the masses say, but you committed to build a clinic, you committed to build a school, the politicians are used to go and suppress those masses and to leave that mine alone. It will not happen in the EFF. You are going to give, if you have that politician with you, those are your own issues. Deal with them. But the portion that you said you are going to give to the masses, you are going to have to give it. There's no anywhere in South Africa where there could be a mine without a tar road. and a proper tar road that is the quality of Sanral. I saw Patrice Motsepe doing it in Skukuni, in one of the mines, building a proper, beautiful road in Skukuni. So we want the same everywhere. He was talking water in that mine in Skukuni, Mudigwa, for the community. I've then made follow-up. But that's what we want every mine to. When they say there's a mine that is going to be opened here, there must be happiness by everyone. That's what broad-based means.